The federal government has signed what it termed the ASU Accord for Economic and Financial Inclusion with state government and other key stakeholders in the private sector as part of effort to actualize delivery of financial services at affordable cost to all Nigerians, including those at disadvantaged and low-income segments of the society. Signing the ASU Accord Pact on behalf of the federal government on Thursday during a two-day workshop for economic and financial inclusion in Abuja, where Vice President Kashim Shettima, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy Wale Edun, and Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria Yemi Cardoso. Correspondent Nnabuchi Okinnabuchi sent in this report.
The workshop is organized by the Office of the Technical Advisor to the President and of Financial Inclusion, Office of the Vice President. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who declared the workshop open, demanded a renewed commitment from state governors and other key players in the nation's economic and financial inclusion space to forge a more inclusive and prosperous future for all Nigerians. According to him, while President Bola Tinubu's commitment to inclusive economic growth for sustainable development has been unmistakable, the Vice President, who listed the means to include job creation, ensuring food security, eradicating extreme poverty, and notably facilitating access to capital, he pointed out that these form the foundation upon which Nigeria's prosperity rests.
Beyond the heritage of poverty that various generations of our nation have endured, we were victims of a lack of access to capital for most of our history. This haunting image serves as a powerful reminder of the magnitude of the task before us, a reminder of the pledge we have made to the people, and a stark realization that we cannot afford to maintain the status quo.
VP Shettima noted that the inspiration to engage critical stakeholders in the two-day workshop stemmed from the shared interest that aligned with the stark reality that Nigeria cannot afford to maintain the status quo, expressing confidence that the depth of expertise within the reach of participants is enough to power their grand ideas for financial inclusion. Earlier, the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Azan Adejia, said expectations are high as stakeholders are expected to, among other things, interrogate the rising gender gap in financial inclusion, noting that the concept must integrate equality and accessibility of financial services to all and sundry. He said President Tinubu's charge to stakeholders at the forum is to ensure that no one should be left behind as stakeholders adopt new strategies and models to meeting set target. In his goodwill message at the event, the 14th Emir of Kano and former CBN Governor, His Royal Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, other stakeholders at the event emphasized the need for a review of strategies for enhancing financial inclusion and literacy across the country, noting that it is a continuous work requiring consistent implementation. They also advocated the adoption and deployment of technology to boost the digital environment to strengthen access to financial services even in rural communities.
Heart, and when I was invited to give a goodwill message, I thought what would be the best way to speak to it. So I finally decided to go back to the book which I have just written, which I have not published, on my 5 years as Governor of the Central Bank, and the chapter on financial inclusion, and maybe to add to what Dr. Zoro has just said in terms of context setting.
Let me, on behalf of the state governors who have been invited, or those not known to many of us, but that are supposed to be here, on their behalf to appreciate the federal government for putting this together, because when you talk about financial inclusion, financial and economic inclusion,
the social investment program of Mr. President revolves, for now in particular, around getting payments to people, making sure that people are helped with the cost of living increase that we have at the moment. And a key part of that is because by pushing consumer demand, by putting money in people's pockets and allowing them to be able to go to the market and buy, you're also helping the economy to recover.
Also present at the event were the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, Minister of Women Affairs Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, Deputy Governor of Borno State Umaru Usman Kadafor, and Deputy Governor of Kebbi State Abubakar Umaru Tafidi, and heads of government agencies.